Night has a way of amplifying everything. The silence gets louder. Somehow, you lie there, eyes open, staring into the dark, and thoughts begin to circle, not gently, but persistently. Worries about tomorrow, regrets from yesterday, and the strange, uninvited fears that only seem to visit after midnight. Can feel like you're alone in it, like the night belongs to those thoughts. But what if this moment, this exact moment, isn't a disturbance? What if it's an invitation? There is an ancient idea, one that speaks of the watches of the night, sacred hours where the world is quiet enough for something deeper to happen. Not noise, not distraction, but encounter. Right here, in your restlessness, this can become holy ground, not because everything feels peaceful, but because God is present even when it doesn't. You don't need perfect faith in this moment. You don't need the right words. You don't even need to feel calm. You just need to notice that you're not as alone as your thoughts are trying to convince you. This wakefulness can become a doorway, a place where fear begins to loosen and presence begins to settle in. So instead of fighting the night, what if you gently step into it? Stay here for a moment. Breathe. Let the darkness stop being a battlefield and start becoming a sanctuary. Let me ask you something, gently. What is the one fear that finds you at 2 a.m.? Not the surface thoughts, not the small distractions. The real one. Is it the fear of losing someone? Of something going wrong? Of not being enough? Or not being in control? Sometimes it's not even clear. It just sits there, heavy, undefined, like a shadow you can feel but not fully see. And the harder you try to push it away, the louder it seems to become. But right now, don't fight it. Just notice it. Name it quietly in your mind. No judgment, no panic, just awareness. Because something powerful happens when you bring a hidden fear into the light. It loses its ability to grow in the dark. Take a slow breath. That fear you're holding, it's not stronger than the presence that's with you right now. And in the next moment, we're not going to ignore it. We're going to surround it. Now, we begin to shift the atmosphere, not by force, but by invitation. Close your eyes, if you can, and imagine your space, the room you're in, your bed, your door, your windows. This is where you rest. This is where your mind lays down its guard. And right here, you are allowed to ask for protection. Quietly, in your heart, begin to assign the guard. Picture this. At your door, presence, steady, watchful. At every window, light standing still, like sentinels that do not sleep. At every corner of your room, a calm, unshakable covering. Not frightening, not overwhelming, peaceful, strong, certain. You are not summoning fear, you are establishing peace. Say this slowly, either out loud or within. Let every entrance be covered. Let every opening be guarded. Let nothing enter this space that is not sent with peace. Feel that for a moment. This is not about imagination alone. It's about alignment. Because when you invite divine protection, you are no longer trying to control the night yourself. You are handing over the responsibility, and something inside you can begin to rest. You don't have to watch every shadow. You don't have to monitor every sound. The guard has been assigned, and you are allowed to lie down. Here's something unexpected. The greatest threat in the night isn't outside your room. It's inside your mind. Those looping thoughts, the what-if spirals, the quiet replay of things you wish you could change. They feel real,
urgent,
heavy, but they are not your authority. Just because a thought appears doesn't mean it gets to stay. And just because it feels powerful doesn't mean it's true. Pause for a moment. Notice the difference between you and what your mind is producing. You are the observer, not the storm. And this changes everything. Because now, protection isn't just about guarding doors and windows. It's about gently refusing access to what disturbs your peace. You don't have to wrestle every thought. You don't have to win every argument in your head. You can simply say, "This is not welcome here," and let it pass, like a cloud that doesn't belong to your sky. Tonight, your mind is not a battlefield to defend. It's a place you're learning to quiet. Darkness feels powerful, but only when it's unchallenged. The moment light enters, everything changes. Not gradually, not partially, instantly. Even the smallest light pushes back the dark. So tonight, you're not trying to eliminate every shadow. You're simply choosing to welcome light. And light is not just something you see, it's something you allow. Right now, gently shift your focus.
Imagine a soft,
Steady glow, beginning somewhere deep within you. Not blinding, not overwhelming, just present, calm, certain. Let it rise slowly, through your chest, into your thoughts, into the space around your bed. And as it expands, notice something. The darkness doesn't fight it. It doesn't argue. It just fades, because it was never equal to the light to begin with. Say this quietly: where your presence is, darkness cannot remain. Let those words settle. This isn't about forcing yourself to feel safe. It's about realizing you are already covered by something greater than what you fear. And the more you welcome that awareness, the less room fear has to stay. So breathe again. You are not surrounded by darkness. You are surrounded by light, even now. Before we go deeper, let's gently gather what you've already stepped into. 3 simple anchors. 3 quiet pillars holding you tonight. Presence. You are not alone in this moment. Not in the silence. Not in the dark. There is a nearness with you. Steady, patient, unshaken. Peace. Not the absence of thoughts, but the ability to let them pass without taking hold. A calm that doesn't need everything to be solved before you can rest. Protection. Not just around your room, but within your mind. Boundaries that allow what is good and release what is not. Presence. Peace. Protection. Let them settle into you. You don't have to remember everything. Just hold on to these 3, because tonight isn't about striving. It's about resting inside what's already been given. And from here, we move even deeper. As your body begins to soften, your mind doesn't simply turn off. Keeps moving, keeps creating, and that's where dreams begin. But dreams are not random the way they feel. They are shaped, influenced, invited. So tonight, you don't just hope for good rest. You ask for it. Gently shift your attention inward again and say, "Let my dreams be guided by peace. Let what forms in my sleep be aligned with light. Let nothing take shape here that brings fear." Pause. Breathe. You are not trying to control every image. You are setting the direction, because your mind, even at rest, still responds to what you welcome. Imagine your thoughts now like a quiet garden at night. Nothing chaotic, nothing invasive. Only what is planted with care is allowed to grow. And if something unfamiliar tries to enter, it doesn't stay, passes through without root. Say this softly: my rest is protected. My dreams are covered. My mind is at peace. Let that become your expectation, not your wish, because you are not drifting into uncertainty tonight. You are entering a space that has already been prepared for you, a space where even your dreams are safe. Now, there's just one thing left: not effort, not protection. Release. Notice your body for a moment. Your shoulders, your jaw, even your hands. There's a quiet tension there, isn't there? Like you've been holding onto something all day without realizing it. Control, worry, the need to make sure everything will be okay. And it's exhausting, but right now, you don't need to carry any of it into sleep. So gently unclench. Let your hands relax. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breathing slow without forcing it. And with that physical release, let something deeper follow. Say this slowly: I release what I cannot control. I trust what I cannot see. I rest in what is holding me. You don't have to solve tomorrow tonight. You don't have to replay what already happened. This moment is enough, and you are allowed to surrender into it, not as defeat, but as trust, because the same presence that held you through the day is still here in the night, watching, covering, keeping. So let go, just a little more. You are not falling into darkness. You are being carried into rest. Now, just listen. You don't need to think anymore. Let these words carry you. Heavenly Father, as this night settles around me, I choose to settle into you, not into fear, not into worry, but into your presence. Right here, right now. You see what I've carried today. The thoughts I couldn't quiet, the weight I didn't know how to put down. So I release it. Every burden I held too tightly, every fear that followed me into this room, every thought that tried to steal my peace, I place it in your hands, and I do not take it back. Lord, let this space become a sanctuary. Let every corner of this room be covered in peace. Let every entrance be guarded by your presence. Stand watch at my door. Rest at my windows. Fill this place with a calm that cannot be shaken. Let nothing enter here that is not sent with peace. Let nothing remain that was not planted in love. I am not alone. Quiet my mind now. Where thoughts try to rise, speak stillness. Where fear tries to return, replace it with truth. Teach my heart to rest, even if everything is not resolved. Because you are here, and that is enough. Let your light fill this room. Not harsh, not overwhelming, but steady, gentle, certain. A light that reaches into every shadow and leaves no space for fear to hide. Where your presence is, darkness cannot remain. So I do not resist the night. I welcome your light into it. As I sleep, guard my mind. Let my dreams be shaped by peace. Let nothing take root that brings confusion or fear. If anything unfamiliar tries to enter, let it pass without staying. Fill my rest with what is good, what is pure, what restores. Let even my dreams be covered. And now, I surrender. I release control. I release outcomes. I release the need to understand everything. I trust you in what I cannot see. I trust you in what I cannot fix. I trust you with this night. As my body rests, remain near. As my mind quiets, stay present. As I drift into sleep, hold me in peace. Let your presence be the first thing I feel, and the last thing I remember. I am covered. I am safe. I am not alone. Tonight, I rest in you. Amen. You can return to this prayer anytime the night feels heavy. And if this brought you even a moment of peace, you can simply acknowledge it. That's enough. Or, if you're not walking through the night alone anymore, you're always welcome to be part of a quiet circle that prays together when the world sleeps. Rest now,